All right, now we are going to start solving equations with sine and cosine, and then we'll bring them into trigonometry and try to figure out how that all works. So first off, um, if I have the sine of 55 equals x over 17, so all I'd have to do is multiply both sides by 17. Multiply by 17, multiply by 17, and you just plug into your calculator uh, sine of 55 times 17, and x should equal 13.9255, let's say 6. Now, if you did not get that answer, your calculator might be in the wrong mode. It needs to be put in degree mode, and talk to me if that is the case. Now, this other one has an x in the denominator, and I think the easiest way is to just assume that this is over 1 and cross multiply. 10 times 1 is 10. This is x times the cosine of 42. Now, to get rid of the cosine of 42, we divide both sides by the cosine of 42. And so we have x equals whatever 10 divided by the cosine of 42 happens to be. And it looks like that's 13.456. There we go. So we're getting the algebra there. So now what we need to do is figure out how to solve for missing sides of triangles. So if we're only given two things, an angle and this length, what we want to do is find the value for x. First thing we need to do is label opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. This is opposite, this is adjacent, and this is hypotenuse. So if I write SOHCAHTOA, you have to think, which of these three ratios can we use? We can't use sine because we don't have opposite. We can't use tangent because we don't have opposite, but we can use cosine. We know that there's a ratio that says the cosine of 44 is equal to the adjacent side, x, over our hypotenuse, which is 25. Once we have that, we put it over 1, we cross multiply. X is equal to whatever 25 times the cosine of 44 happens to be, and that's 17.983. And things look great. All right, let's try one more. So if our angle is 12, first thing we do is label opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. I like to write out SOHCAHTOA. Now, we don't have an adjacent, so we can cross off the things that have adjacent. So what's left is sine. So we have the sine of 12 degrees is equal to my opposite, which is 7, over hypotenuse, which is x. Now we have to cross multiply. 7 times 1 is 7. This would be x times the sine of 12. That's not 12. There we go. And now we divide both sides by 12, and x equals whatever 7 divided by the sine of 12 happens to be. So I run to my trusty calculator and type in 7 divided by the sine of 12. And I get an answer of 33.66. So x equals 33.668. There we go. That's how we solve for missing sides.